All right, and what's going on?
The dog pretty much attacked my son. Then I don't know if they just let the dog freely, pit bulls.
Now you mean pretty much attacked your son. Did he attack him?
He has got scratch marks on him. He did not get bit.
A quick reminder before we begin. This video might features infant loss and unsafe adult choices, even though we do not show any images of anyone get hurt. So if you find yourself might be uncomfortable, you can choose to watch other videos on the MOPD channel where there are more positive and hopeful stories.
Here recently, with everything going on, I have started grieving. I have cried every night.
That's Alyssa Smith, the mother of a 6-month-old named Royal, trying to explain how she's been since the day everything went wrong, while her sister steps in to describe what really happened.
When we were in the hospital, Alyssa just kept talking about how she wanted to go get high instead of the fact that her son had just died.
The judge isn't moved.
You have no remorse for this, or you at least showing no remorse.
This is the lead up to a sentence Alyssa thought would be 90 days and the twist that blows that deal apart. Alyssa Smith thought a 90-day jail sentence would be the price she would have to pay for the tragic death of her 6-month-old baby Royal. But fate didn't turn out the way she expected. You've heard of Royal Bates before. He passed away in Ohio last April. The family dog, a pit bull mix named Kilo, was involved in an incident after Royal slipped from the couch while his 7-year-old sister was watching him and Mom stepped away. Royal was described in his obituary as a child who always woke up with a smile and loved his round mirror toy. He was a happy boy, full of laughter, and loved his sister. It is unclear whether she was the child with Royal at the time of his death. Smith and the child's father, Blake Bates, left the baby alone with their dog, Kilo, who had a history of behavior concerns. First responders attempted life-saving measures. Smith was extremely panicked.
Where's the dog?
He's out back. All the way out back.
Is he locked up somewhere?
He's in the backyard. I need someone now. Please. Be careful. Right there.
Hold on.
I need my phone.
Underneath it. Here we go. Thank you. Coming up. Thank you. Oh, it's cracked wide the open. Let's don't get up front and drive.
I'm calling your dad right now.
Take them inside.
I don't. Where's my son? Stay here with Blakey. I'm calling your dad right now. Hey? Can I come in, please?
Do you want the mom in here? I'm sorry.
I just want to. Do you have a car? I can take you out there.
Oh, yeah.
I can take you if you don't have a car.
Here, there.
Well, I don't know. You just drive to get you back. Okay. I'll take care of
I know you are. This is the first time he's done it. Like, this is not, but he's got to go.
Well, obviously.
This is, better make it.
Are you guys mom and dad?
Yes.
Okay. Is it just you guys here?
It was my
Where?
Over there.
He's okay?
Yes. Traumatized.
Right. We're gonna take pictures, but
Hello, I need you at my house now.
if you want to start that, I'm just trying to be easy that it's not good.
The boy, identified as Royal Bates, passed away at a local hospital. The next day, the Marion County Sheriff's Office captured and humanely put down by authorities the dog. But what makes this tragedy even more heartbreaking, Grogan says, is the parents' complacency, allowing a known risk factor to turn into tragedy. Prosecutors said Bates had been alerted to the dog's prior behavior issues months earlier after it attacked another child. Despite being warned and charged by a dog handler, he still failed to take necessary safety measures, a neglect that led to tragedy.
How's it going, boss?
It's going. So what happened today?
I had come out to get in the car, and my one dog had got out, and I didn't see him, and he kind of ran around the fence there and was kind of barking at the kids or whatever. And then she yelled, I yelled, and he just came back or whatever, but he did like growl at him and bark at him and shit.
Well, he grabbed him.
He did?
Yeah, I got him on video.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, he didn't, there was no,
I didn't like get to see it, I was in the car.
No, you're fine. So, he didn't have a bite mark or anything. He had a scratch, so like he got away from the dog in time. But he did go after the kid.
Yeah.
Because so you can see it in the video where your dog like was right up on his legs and he's kicking.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah,
I did see that.
So, I mean, I get accidents happen.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm being told that the dogs are out quite often.
I mean, I have them. I put them on my chain.
Right.
Thing
Well,
here,
but they're saying that they run loose too.
Oh no! I don't just let them just run around.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there was an incident with a kid and he went after him.
Right.
I have to cite you for failure to confine the dog. Okay. I will give you a break on the failure to register. I'm not going to cite you guys for that. I'm not going to hit you with 3 tickets right off the bat. You know. And I don't want to cause any issues with you guys. But yeah, he did grab the kid. I got it on video. He scratched him with his tooth.
Usually he's out here on a leash or whatever.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but the kid, I think it was the kid's pants and stuff got it. You know, he might have grabbed the pants, but we got to make sure we keep an eye on him from getting.
Fast forward to this year, Alyssa Smith and Blake Bates are indicted, involuntary manslaughter, child endangerment, and more. Alyssa pleads guilty to child endangerment, agreeing to testify against Bates in exchange for a recommended 90 days. Then, a turn. Bates pleads guilty before trial. Alyssa ultimately did not testify. And now, sentencing. We hear the 911 call that originally triggered the 2023 dog warden visit. A shaken parent says a pit bull charged her son. No deep bite, but a scratch and sheer terror.
All right, and what's going on?
The dog pretty much attacked my son. Then I don't know if they just let the dogs freely, pit bulls.
Now you mean pretty much attacked your son. Did he attack him?
He has got scratch marks on him. He did not get bit.
Do?
The dog went to go bite my son. He was nearly at my son. He has a scratch mark from the dog's paw. The owner come out and yelled because they just let him out. This is not the first time. This is the second or the third time. You can ask my landlord. My landlord's even called.
Okay.
Well, on our property, my kids were riding their scooters. I have 3 little kids. They were going to... my son is in tears.
I gotcha.
They need to let their dogs on a leash if they're going to let them out.
Okay. So they let the dogs out, and then the dog came after your son. He didn't bite him, but he scratched him.
He was going to attack my son.
Yep, I got
the
that.
Owner
I got
came
that in
out.
here. That he
I don't
went
know.
after your son.
I have, like I said, I have 3 kids, and I'm shooken up. I have 3 kids, and all I seen as I was getting my 3-year-old, because I have a 3, a 6, and a 7-year-old. I look over that dog. If that owner did not come out, he would have ate my son up.
All right,
and I wouldn't know what to do.
All right, do you want a squad to come check out your son?
Yeah. I don't know. He's all shooken up.
It's up to you.
I want to time with this dog.
I understand, but do you want a squad to come check your son out?
Josh, do you want a squad? Are you okay? I think he'll be okay.
All right.
He's more shooken up.
All right, if he needs a squad, you just let me know at any point. Are the dogs back in the house now?
The dog is back in the house. It's a big pit bull. I don't wonder if they have a license for it. Probably not. This isn't the first time that my landlord's called on them before, because the dog almost attacked my landlord when he's fixing up these houses.
At that moment, the mother's anger flared. The pit bull was only a few steps away from her son before being stopped. And then the dog sitter appeared, setting off an unexpected chain of events.
Well, I'll play the whole thing. It's kind of long, but see my son sitting right there.
She lets him out the door to go to the bathroom, and the dog just darts over
You can
here.
see him letting him out the door if you look real closely. And you have to look real close in the background.
The dog growls and goes to bite his leg.
Did
he actually get bit or no?
He did not get bit, but he did have a scratch on the back of here.
Right.
If he didn't have his jacket hanging the way he did, he would have got bit.
Right.
This isn't the first time this has happened. He's been looking for his dog. He's been over. Oh no, Krishan.
No. Come here, Krishan. That's a gun. You
That's
don't
just
touch
me
guns.
yelling at my kid. He's just playing with the rocks. I didn't want him playing with the rocks.
How do you spell her name? K-N-I-Y-A.
It's about to come.
Okay. See, my best friend, her name's Anaya. Her daughter's name's Anaya.
I go walk over there to go get my other son. And if you watch in the back, you can see him let his dog out. You gotta watch real carefully. You want me to zoom it in?
Yeah, oh, there's the dog right there.
The owner comes. Hold on. They just let their pit bulls run loosely.
All right.
And my landlord has called about last summer about a different incident, and you can ask him. I don't know exactly what happened, but the dog actually came in the house and he called the police.
Okay.
That was not the same dog. I've had a dog come around the corner to try to attack me. I didn't call the police because I'm like, oh, it's no big deal, whatever.
Right.
But when you're talking about my kids are sitting here on their property and these dogs are not being locked up or on a leash, there's a problem and they're aggressive.
Right.
The judge silently watches the video and the others we've just seen. Then a detective recounts baby Royal's short life, from the moment he cried out at birth until it all ended too soon.
And what did you learn, if anything, about the condition of this baby Royal when born to the defendant with respect to whether there were any drugs of abuse in the baby's system?
Yes, so during my investigation, I obtained medical records for the day Royal was treated at Marion General Hospital. Included in these medical records from the hospital, as is typical, is kind of patient's treatment history. In this case, it talks about prior immunizations, things like that of the child. Of note, it talks about the birth of the child, and then it's noted that there was, in fact, fetal drug exposure noted on October 24th of 23. It also notes neonatal abstinence syndrome, which, as you've already mentioned, I'm not a medical professional, but from the research I've done, that is essentially, in common terms, withdrawal from drugs.
The baby.
Correct.
Those records note fetal drug exposure and newborn withdrawal condition, plainly withdrawal after birth. It points to maternal drug use during pregnancy, so the baby will have to be weaned off those drugs in the hospital. And there's more. While out on bond, investigators say Alyssa violated a no-contact condition, still communicating with Bates using other people's phones and coded talk on jail calls.
As part of your investigation, do you routinely monitor jail calls of defendants?
Yes.
Did you monitor the jail calls of the co-defendants in this case?
I did.
Were there instances where this defendant, Alyssa Smith, was talking with her co-defendant, Blake Bates, on the jail calls?
Numerous.
And was there ever a time when they would speak in code?
Yeah, frequently.
What sort of code was used?
So, Miss Smith's co-defendant was being held on other charges outside of this case as well, and as a result of those charges, there was a protection order in place between the two, so it would have been unlawful for them to be communicating. So Miss Smith would speak with Mr. Bates over jail calls using other people's phones and phone numbers, and when I say they speak in code, she would act as if she wasn't herself and would speak as if she was a friend of hers in the third person oftentimes and things like that.
Were you able to figure out the code though?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard?
No.
And have you observed all of the footage of the defendant, both the day of the attack and then have you observed her in other settings as well since you've been investigating this case? One of the factors the judge will have to consider is whether or not there's been genuine remorse. Have you seen anything in this case that would indicate to you as part of your investigation that this defendant has shown genuine remorse?
Prior to today and all of the evidence and personal interactions that I've had with the defendant, I haven't seen her so much as cry prior to today.
But it wasn't over yet. Just when everyone thought things had hit rock bottom, for Alyssa Smith, things got worse. Elizabeth's sister stood up, her voice trembling, begging the judge to give her more time, more than the 90 days Alyssa was about to get.
I know this may come as a surprise to some that I'm up here today, especially because I'm Elizabeth's sister. But I wanted to make sure someone was able to represent my sweet little boy and make sure that he gets the justice he deserves. On April 28th, 2024, my entire world was flipped upside down. I got a call from my dad, and he asked if I was sitting down and if I was alone. I was a little confused, and I told him yes, I was sitting and I'm not alone. He then broke the news to me that Royal had been attacked by Kilo, and that they were on the way to the hospital, but he was not sure how bad it was. I knew immediately I had to go over there to see my baby. I hung up with my dad, and then less than 5 minutes later, he called me back and told me that Royal did not make it. I completely lost it. We all ran out to our cars and got over to the hospital as fast as we could. I got dropped off by my sister Autumn and immediately ran through the doors and tried to find him. I was distraught and having trouble breathing because I was crying so hard, trying to find my little boy. When I heard the words "he didn't make it, sis" come out of my father's mouth, a piece of me broke and left.
Aubrey choked up as she recounted the worry she had been carrying in her heart for her niece, the other child in the family, Royal's older sister.
I was still not 100% sure what had happened up to this point, but I knew that the baby that I looked at as my son had passed away from a 100% avoidable incident. When Alyssa realized I was in the room and saw me crying, she started crying also. To me, it felt like she was only crying because she knew I was. When we were finally able to go back and see Royal to say our final goodbyes, it completely shattered me. I had to see my baby boy lying on a table with a tube down his throat, lifeless. When I previously, the day before, saw him perfectly happy and smiling at my softball games. Seeing him like that made me realize everything had become real, and it made me realize that the baby I looked at, like my son, was really actually gone. When we were in the hospital, Alyssa just kept talking about how she wanted to go get high instead of the fact that her son had just died. I've never been an addict or even tried any drugs, so I don't know how addicts' minds works. But I cannot wrap my head around the fact that she wanted to go get high more than she wanted to go see her son again. When we left the hospital, she was more worried about being on her phone than anything else.
The court replays the final moments before the tragedy. Alyssa and Blake explain the baby slipped from the couch, the dog charged forward, everything happened fast.
Alyssa lost her son that day, and I'm not saying that she's not completely mourning him, but I do think she is mourning him for the wrong reasons. She has everyone else fooled by what she posts on social media, but I have seen her actions and her true colors, and I know what she's truly doing. She has shown me time and time again she's not reliable and that she does not truly care about the safety of her children, and this is sadly a huge example of that. If she truly cared about the safety of her children, she would have gotten rid of Kilo the moment she knew that he had any aggressive behavior. Again, I'm not saying it was done on purpose, but it was 100% avoidable. Your Honor, I do not think 90 days is enough time in jail for Alyssa. She needs to understand the consequences of her actions. I have no doubt she loves him, but I also do not think she is the best person to be around right now. I do not want my niece to grow up and be like Alyssa. I have no doubt she loved Alyssa or loved him and Royal, but she's a very selfish person and always puts herself before others and does not care about anyone else as long as she gets what she wants.
Then Alyssa stands to speak. She looks down, hands trembling. This sentence holds a mother accountable for abandoning her child in the most tragic way, Marion County Prosecutor Ray Grogan said. Smith's actions in ignoring the dog's history demonstrate a pattern of irresponsibility that cost little Royal his life.
I had him on the couch and he just rolled off the couch, and I told my daughter to hurry up and grab him. So I was trying to because I thought I had the dresser pulled, and when I went to step, he got around me. And when I yelled, he thought something was, I guess, I don't know. And I went to take him, and he just grabbed him.
Okay. So, I'm not going to make you fill out a bunch of information. I just need one of you guys to sign the dog over, and I'm taking it. You guys,
that's your dog.
I'm sure you don't want it back, ashes or anything like that.
No, it's my dog. I already know you're interviewing me. You're going to start hating me now because this is my dog.
I just didn't want to sign it because it's...
I get it.
That's...
How many dogs are in the home?
There's four. But we're trying to find the puppies.
Come on. There we go.
Then Alyssa Smith stood and explained her behavior.
All I'm going to say is, when everything happened, I was very, very in shock. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to go about it, and I still had to be okay for my daughter that witnessed it. Here recently, with everything going on, I have started grieving. I have cried every night. Me and my daughter have cried. I've made sure she's got counseling. As soon as everything happened, I made sure she was okay first. When everything happened too, I couldn't grieve. I was the only one working. I had to make sure we didn't lose the house, the car, anything. So I couldn't sit there and be depressed and cry and everything while Blake was doing all that. I couldn't, because if both of us broke, we wouldn't have anything, and then I would lose custody of my daughter again. All I'm saying is I miss my boy every day. I cry every day. I miss him every day. And this is my first time ever being in trouble, and it's really, really took a toll on me.
I was not going to follow the joint sentencing recommendation. While your lawyer did great work to get you that sentencing recommendation, I also would let you know I wasn't very happy about the plea. While I was reluctant to accept the plea, I did accept that plea, which cut you in a significant advantage and risk. So you need to remember that the court considers as part of this sentence the cases that were dismissed and the containment of damages that allowed. However, the court specifically finds that you have no remorse for this, or you at least shown no remorse. You also violated your bond while you were on bond. Then you turn around and back out. You were continuing your relationship with Mr. Bates through surreptitious means, which demonstrate that you're not following court orders. And you can look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about, but you must not have heard the officer testify about you using phones and fake names to continue your communication. While you might have cut a deal at the last moment to cooperate in the state's case, that was done, in my opinion, to save yourself and not for any other reason. The case did pen for quite some time. This case is quite old from the date of offense. The consequence of this case is grave. A child lost its life, and we can't look at the fact that, or ignore the fact that the ultimate consequence, because of your reckless conduct, resulted in an unnecessary death. I think it's very true to say that this is 100% avoidable, and there's no way that this court is going to ignore the severity of this case and your failure to understand why we're here. When your own family, and I'm not just talking about your sister, everybody else here recognizes your failure to recognize your conduct and your failure to understand the importance of pet ownership, and more importantly, having a child and your duty to protect the child. And this court can come to no conclusion other than that a prison sentence is warranted in this case. If I could give you more than 3 years, you'd get more than 3 years at this point, especially after the information that was presented here today. The court will impose a prison sentence of 36 months. You are now what's subject to being sent to prison. Once you complete your prison sentence, you're subject to what is known as post-release controls in this case.
Alyssa Smith will spend 2 years on probation after she's released. After serving 3 years in prison, the judge ordered that she cannot use drugs and she'll have to pay a fine.
3 years behind bars? That's just the beginning for Alyssa Smith. She'll be on probation for 2 years, banned from drug use, and ordered to pay a fine. Alyssa is currently in the Marion County Jail, awaiting transfer to another prison. Earlier this month, Smith's boyfriend and Royal's father, Blake Bates, pleaded guilty to manslaughter in connection with Royal's death, People reported. He is scheduled to be sentenced on October 27th. Judge Todd Anderson handed down the sentence after hearing prosecutors present heartbreaking evidence. Every detail of the infant's death and Smith's severe negligence. She allegedly left her son unattended near another child and a high-risk dog and tragedy struck. The prosecution of Alyssa Smith demonstrates Grogan's commitment to ensuring justice for vulnerable children. He stressed that there is no excuse for such dangerous behavior. Parents must put their children first, and this sentence is a warning that disregarding known risks can lead to prison, Grogan said. Judge Anderson handled this case with clarity and compassion, holding Alyssa Smith fully accountable. And so, True Crime Documentary ends today, but the story isn't quite over yet, so stay tuned. The courtroom fell silent, but the truth spoke louder. Alyssa Smith will serve her time, while Royal's memory remains a haunting reminder that innocence can't survive neglect. To end this episode, a brief reminder. This content is meant to inform, not to shame. The language, tone, and actions shown here belong to the individuals involved and the era in which they occurred. Some phrases might feel harsh or outdated by today's standards, but they are preserved for authenticity. We tell these stories to bring context because understanding the full picture matters.